Actually went to Michael Carter Williams, NCW, but nonetheless, Oladipo had a strong first year.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Payton drives in, kicks it to Oladipo. With the floater, it's blocked.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass. It hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
But you feel like it's going to reward this team at some point. They've got to continue to maintain the energy.
Now here's Butler. 8 points for him. 5 to shoot. Rose kicks to Butler. Second shot opportunity. Shot's good by Gibson.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Payton outside. Now Oladipo. He's got 11. Vucevic down low. He's against Sanders. And the shot is good. Vucevic has got 10 points.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Payton with the ball. Butler covering. Payton outside. Pass to Vucevic. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nikola Vucevic has a basketball pedigree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. His father played professionally in Europe for more than 2 decades, including for the Yugoslavian national team. His mother was a player as well. So you might say his DNA was set up to play the game.
The first free throw is good. And Vucevic, a growing celebrity in his native Montenegro, building on his family's basketball legacy.
Yeah, Vucevic, perhaps not a household name yet in the United States, but the way he's begun his career, that may not be the case for long.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Tobias Harris is checked in for Gordon. And it's Mills in for Payton. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Well, the Bulls were expected to play a role in free agency this past summer with all the cap room they had. A lot of options in terms of which way they could have gone.
Rose, that's good.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Orlando leading by 3. And Mills kicks to Vucevic. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. From 12 feet out. Jump shot is good that time. And it's 13 points for Victor Oladipo. With the Bulls, it was thought that Melo or maybe even Wade could be one of their targets. But Clark, they opted to go big and bring in the former Laker Pau Gasol.
And you know what? To get Gasol in there might seem like overkill with Noah already manning the middle for Chicago. But I tell you what, his skill set will be a nice complement to Noah and the rest of that front line.
A long front line, huh?
Big time.
Wow. So it's Orlando now, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Here's Vucevic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And it's a 7-point Magic lead.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Gibson setting the pick for Rose. Screen by Sanders. Rose dishes to Sanders. Rose passes to Dunleavy. Here's Butler, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw, good. Butler. And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick, Clark, back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
Chicago making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. And so Butler nails both of them.
You know, there's really not a polite way to say this or a way to sugarcoat it. The Magic were simply terrible on the road last year and ended with the worst record in the league in terms of road wins.
Here's Bellinelli. There's a screen. And again, it's Orlando converting. Bulls trail by 7. And here's Rose. 10 points for him. Outside Butler. Back to Rose. Shoots the 3. And the shot is good. Rose has got 13.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Here's Mills. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
And so that's the end of the first half. Magic lead by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
Well, he shot his share of free throws, that's for sure. I mean, he got to the line, drew contact, and you love getting to the free throw line. Easy points if you can get them.
Steve, I think they may have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one player. I mean, he's drawing a lot of fouls on guys.
Magic leading by 6. So on the floor for Orlando, Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. Aiden at the 1 with Oladipo by his side at the 2. And it's Green in at the small forward. Now here's Oladipo. Vucevic a screen on Butler. 6 to shoot. And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here.
And a moment now to check out the lowdown on the numbers for Oladipo. How he performed last season. Averaged 14 a game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
Yeah, he doesn't need a lot of time to make an impact with his shooting ability. He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You We've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris.
Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 12th in free throw percentage, 13th in opponent shooting percentage. And for team steals, a little bit to be desired there. Just made it to the top 20 in the league.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
He's having a great game at the free throw line, Kevin. His hot streak continues.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Off target from outside. Gordon with no one around. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. 6 points for Aaron Gordon. Bulls trail by 8. Gasol, a screen on Payton. Rose goes in. Payton with some nice D.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Feeds it to Gordon. There's a screen. Oladipo dishes to Vucevic. Hits some room on the way in, and the bucket's good. Vucevic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Magic. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Gasol no good.
Elfrid Payton out of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, which normally is not a feeder school for the NBA. He didn't get the same level of exposure as some of his contemporaries got, but his size and athleticism at the point guard spot is really hard to ignore. He's one of the real sleepers in this year's draft, and as I like to say, it doesn't make any difference where you play. If you have game, it will travel.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Gordon with the screen for Oladipo. Here's Payton. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Rose. And Payton shot up draft boards, ended up going number 10. The Magic hoping he's their starting point guard for the future.
Love what this guy brings to the table. I know he was unheralded and not highly visible coming out of Louisiana Lafayette, but this guy can dribble it, he can pass it, he's got really good ability to defend, excellent athleticism. This guy will be in the running for Rookie of the Year, in my opinion.
Nice comment.
You know that if you're a team in the East or anywhere in the NBA for that matter, that when you face the Bulls, it's going to be a battle wire to wire. These guys are coming at you for the full 48 minutes. They're extremely tough within the conference, too.
And both free throws good for Payton.
Well, the Bulls just seem built to play against every other team in the East, and it's why they've made the playoffs so often and finished on top in recent years.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And to add on with Chicago. Last year they won 35 games against the East, which was bested only by the Indiana Pacers.
Well, that's more than Miami and other teams that finished above them in the standings. The Bulls are always a factor in the East, it seems.
Bulls trail by 10. Rose with the ball. 13 points in the game. The dish to Gasol.